Hello. Today's game is called Gone Home. This is not a spooky game, though I believe it might have like an atmosphere of spook, but not at all. This is not a horror game. This is a little bit of chill after what I've been uploading for a while. This is a good game about puzzles, searching, and kind of just finding out what you've missed by being away from your family for so long and then moving back home. This game, I remember somebody played it 2015, long time ago, and I remember they said they really enjoyed it, and I just kind of owned it for a long time. So it's about time I play it, and I am ready. So I'm gonna hop in, and we'll see what happens. Has a very Life is Strange vibe to it, but it's nothing like that game.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so love you. See you soon. Bye.
Alright, that's better. Alright, we're in. My name is Caitlin Greenbrier. I just came back from Portland. It is 1995. Katie, I'm sorry. I can't be there to see you, but it's impossible. Please don't go digging around trying to find out where I am. I don't want anyone to know. Quote unquote, Mom and Dad. We'll see each other again someday. Don't be worried. I love you. Sam. What you mean? Sam's probably my sister of some sort. Le quack. $5.99. Jesus. Okay. How do I get in? Caitlin Greenbrier. Look at me. I was born in 73. It's now 95. That would make me 22. And we're in Cincinnati. Zero sensitivity. Is there a key anywhere? What's going on? Who invited me back home and didn't give me a key? Never mind. The map, the foyer journal. Automatic lights, huh? Bougie. You're gonna see a lot of like swinging around because, oh my god, my family's rich. Because the mouse is super sensitive. Stephen King. Very popular in the 1990s. Still very popular, but I don't think as popular. Or at least I'm not too sure. I know I like him. If you're watching it and you've been to this part of the video, what's your favorite Stephen King book? Do you even like Stephen King? If you don't, tell me why. Don't be hateful about it. Give me a proper reason. Worldwide timetable. Stuff. Katie's departure. and where I've been. I've been everywhere. I traveled all over America. I went to London, Paris, Zurich, Milan, Amsterdam. You do what you gotta. Sam. Daniel from the old neighborhood called. He wants to come see the new house. Call him back. Mom, Daniel's a total weirdo. The only reason I ever hanging out with him, the only reason I was ever hanging out with him in the first place is he had a Nintendo when we were little. Man, how old are you, Sam?
Sam. Sam. Hello. Sam. Sam, where are you? Really? I need to talk to you. Please be there.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so love you. See you soon. Bye.
Who's the first two people? Who's the first person? The two messages. Sam, Katie, Papa, and Mama. Weird. At first I thought it was my character talking, being all begging, like, and that would have been a little weird. Not necessarily it's not weird that another person's begging, but like I'm begging for Sam through phone and now I'm here. What's my story? But it's not, it can't be me because I was the third person because I'm here at midnight and I just got back. So let's find out. Welcome, new student. We hope that you are as excited about your first day at Goodfellow High School as we are. Please be sure to bring the following with you to your first day of class so you can get right into the swing of things. A sturdy folder. I remember having these. You don't need most of these. $2.50 are provided by the school cafeteria. Thank God they get free food now. Not good food, but it's there. Everything was got except for the positive attitude. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh my God. You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House Girl. Great.
That's Sam? Doesn't look like me. DeSoto. Are you the girl on the phone? Oscar Doc Masson, age 60, Boone County, died peacefully last month in his home. Mr. Masson was born on September 8th, 1933, in the house that would be the home for the rest of his life. He obtained his degree in pharmacy at a young age and returned to Boone County to practice. He quickly became a well-loved figure at the center of the community. In the decades preceding his passing, he was seldom seen outside his home. A service will be held this Sunday at the First Methodist Church at 1 p.m. All are welcome. His survivors include his nephew, Terrence Greenbrier, as well as in spirit the people of Boone County to whom he provided wellness and comfort. When I went to Paris. Hi, Mom, Dad, and Sam. I'm in Paris. I've done many Parisian things, including eating le petit déjeuner and wearing a beret. But I'm going to have a lot of film to develop when I get back. Sam, I'm bringing you back sometime from the Shakespeare Book Company since you are my favorite sister. Love you, Katie. Mom, Dad, Sam, Arbor Hill, Boone County, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Stuff. Apparently, our family has a bit of a weird... It's storming. Weird history. It is kind of weird that I immediately just start looking through everything. Pioneer CLD D703 combination laserdisc. A lot of words. They all say that a jack of all trades is a master of none. I have to disagree. Mastery is not a question of specialization, but sureness of purpose and dedication to craft. If you happen to be in the market of combination LD-CD player, you'll be glad to know that Pioneer seems to share this particular. Somebody's writing stuff. Who's the nerd here? Get out of here. Get out of here. Jesus Christ. I don't know how to read cursive. And I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed. Dear Terrence, I write on what I hope and imagine is joyous occasion. News reaches me that now that you are newly married to a wonderful young woman, I have had more than a little time to consider my past and my family, and my thoughts have often lingered on your development and welfare in the 10 years since we last met. Your marriage gives me much reassurance in this regard. You are always welcome on Arbor Hill. Good. I will understand, Blake, if you feel you can't accept this invitation. Yours truly, Owen Mason. Oscar Mason. OSC. No, Oscar Mason wrote this. The killing of JFK. A theory. So, is this our dad's office? I think if this is our dad's office, then he might be a therapist. Is what I'm getting, of some sort. It feels like it. Open. Lame. Reading cursive is hard for me. People have like super fancy cursive writing, and I just can't read that. What is this? Sarah Holst. Is that a real person? Feels like it's a real person. Nothing in here. So let's continue on. Severe weather warning. Western region. The X-Files. Damn, this shit's real. The Bratmobile. Why is there a crouch button? The Heaven at the Edge of the World. Samantha Greenbrier, grade 2. Captain Allegra looked off out at the ocean. It went on forever, or so it seemed. Someday she would find the edge and get to the paradise there, but she heard a cannon fire. Boom. It was the black pirate ship. She yelled, "I thought we lost them at Horse Island." The first mate said, "Look like you thought too soon." The black ship came up along the side. Captain Black himself came out the deck on the black ship. He yelled to Captain Allegra, "You'll never find the edge. There are no paradise, and your father were a liar." The Captain Allegra yelled back, "Then why do you keep following us, you imbecile?" You know, she may not be able to spell it, but she got some good words. The first mate yelled out, "Will you stop, Captain Black?" "We'll stop you, Captain Black. We'll find the edge of the world, and you'll see her father was no liar." The battle kept going until Captain Allegra's ship got away. "Now west," she said, and the ship sailed toward the sunset. Adorable. There's so much to read. This is a reading episode. Hi, Terry. Enclosed, please find Pioneer CLD 703 unit with remote and cables. We need a half-page review for the October issue, so that gives you about 2 weeks to get us the copy for edit. Standard stuff, like you gave us on the CLDD 502. It's a combi player, so check its CD playback with a few discs as well as laserdisc. What does my dad do? Is he a therapist? Does he do tech review? No. Coupons. Whoop. This is so sensitive that I'll end up fully going around in a circle. Lose my bearings. I think I'm going the right way. Who's willy-nilly leaving this stuff open? When was the last time my parents were here? The reproductive system worksheet 694. Below are 2 stories. The events are all out of order. Get a sheet of line paper, write reproductive system. Menstrual cycle. Blah, 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 blah. No? Hold up. She got in trouble. Let's find out. Samantha Greenbrier, period 4, health class, Mrs. Meyer. I remember having to write like that on my stuff, my sheets. Menstrual cycle, novella. The early morning of September 1st, 1939. Asa Glatt stare out the window of the train as it travels from Vienna back to her home village of Wilhelms, Poland. Wielun in Poland. As the train rumbles along and the sun rises over the countryside, she can only think of her dear Borislav, the boy she is engaged to wed. Meanwhile, deep within her guts, an ovum starts to develop. Asa's train approaches its destination. Her heart races. The lining of the uterus is getting thick and soft. As Asa steps off the train, her eyes dart quickly across the gathered crowd. Then there, her dear Boris, still in his baker's smock. He must have dropped his early morning duties at his father's shop to come meet her. Her heart skips a beat. The ovary releases the ovum. It travels through the fallopian tube. Over the wheezing of the steam engines, a deep hum grows. It comes from the sky. Dark shadows pass over the station. A whistling sound. Essa. Her thoughts only a second faster than the bombs reaching out towards her dear Boris across the crowd. Their eyes lock and the moment freezes. The flash and smoke envelops him almost instantly. In the assault by the German forces, almost 75% of the people in her homestead are killed. The rest included Essa and, for a time, Borislav, huddled in a half-destroyed church. He is blind, his legs are missing, bandaged with torn bedsheets. Asa's egg will not be meeting a sperm, it dissolves. About 2 weeks later, Boris loses his grip on life. Asa has given up her rations to keep Boris alive, but in the end, nothing can save him. Since the lining of the uterus is not needed for pregnancy, it comes out through the vagina. Asa vows to survive. She sets off to join the Polish resistance as a daring spy and saboteur. Another ovum starts to develop in one of the ovaries, and the process begins again. It is incredible how the female body knows how to prepare for pregnancy. See me. That teacher's lame. That's an exclamation point right there. She got in trouble, didn't she? Lame teacher. Click. Get out of here. The Accidental Pariah by Terrence L. Greenbrier. Who the fudge is our dad? The Accidental Savior, Terrence L. Greenbrier. He writes about the KFC murder. No, 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 not the K. Oh no. All I can think about is the letters KFC now. Oh, JFK murder. Okay. Oh, that's funny. Hi, Lonnie. So if you want to come over to that house still this afternoon, that would be cool. I can drive. It's kind of far, but I can drive you home too, so hopefully that's fine. Right back and leave this in my locker if you still want to, and we can meet in the parking lot after 6, Samantha. Yeah, I'm totally in. See you there, but I'm gonna kick your butt. Get ready. Hadouken! You.
So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie. She's coming over tomorrow.
Oh, she made a friend. I have a theory, but I'm not going to say it because if I'm right, then there goes the surprise. It's kind of like when somebody guesses the end of a movie and then they say it and then you watch the movie and it happens and you're like, dude, why? Can't get to the basement. Oh yeah, everybody. So yeah, that was the dad's office. That was our dad's office. So I guess he got a letter from the old man who died, Oscar, and Jesus Christ, it's dark. And I still don't know what our dad does. He writes about the JFK KFC murder, assassination, which same thing. So who knows? Dear Sam, it's so good to hear from you again. All this new house business around all about sounds like quite the adventure. Remember the little dorm room we shared freshman year when we were miserable fantasizing about our dream homes? I always said I wanted a mansion. You said you just wanted a house in the woods. Look, we got both. Somebody up there likes you. I could use some of that magic and me some lotto numbers. I'll play them, seriously. But I shouldn't be complaining about this good old split level we've had since Bob got transferred to Winnipeg. We just got new vinyl siding. Jealous yet? Let me know if you are. Let me know if you ever want to trade places. So how are girls doing? Has Katie left on her big European adventure yet? Speaking of jealous. Right back soon. I miss you, Rumi. Carol. So Sam has to be at least college age, right? Or at least on her way. Yeah, she has to be. She talks about dorming freshman year, but if she was in military school, like we saw that picture, that could have been one of her friends in military school. They dorm up in military school, right? And you're like you can military schools for all ages. I'm not too sure. The only time I've ever seen military school is Child's Play 3, Major Payne, If you know any other military school movies, let me know. I enjoy movies. The controlled burn scheduled for Boone County. Senior conservativist Janice Greenbrier. Plumes of smoke will rise up above the northeastern region of Boone County over the better part of next week as part of a Forestry Service run controlled burn of overgrown sections of the Flintlock National Forest. Forestry crew have been preparing the area for months. The burn operations will take place between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and possibly even Thursday depending on speed of progress, according to the Forestry Service. In addition to removing dead and overgrown vegetation that can lead to wildfires in drier months, the operation will serve as a valuable training tool for the forestry and firefighting personnel involved, said senior conservationalist Janice Greenbrier. Smoke will likely linger in the area through the following week. That's our mom. She's a conservationalist. What's that? Future Michael. Put an editor's note. Tell people what that is. Bruce Pendleton, head of Personal State Forestry Service. To aid the upcoming prescription burn operation, a ranger will expertise in the procedures being transferred to the situation at Flintlock National Forest, effective 9/2/94. So a little bit last year. Please see attached personal file. The overseeing officer at Flintlock Forestry Station, senior conservationalist Janice Greenbrier, is charged with the supervision of transferred personnel. The duration of transfer will be based upon performance evaluation as well as recommendation of overseeing officer Bruce Pendleton. Unfortunate name. What's that? The Bratmobiles. For Sam. Ooh. Love thing, stab cherry, bomb, throwaway, blah, 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 blah. Hold up. Hey. You got this, girl. What's that say? You're gonna like this one.
It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instantly just right. I gave her the grand Psycho House tour and took my revenge on Super Nintendo. And it was like, I don't know, I finally found someone I feel normal around. I drove her home and she gave me this tape and said, "You have got to listen to this." I haven't stopped playing it since.
She gave her this tape, and all that's been written. She was already thinking about her way beforehand. That's cute. Sam, stop leaving every damn light on in the house. You're as bad as your sister. Don't worry about it. Daniel called again. He wants his Nintendo game back. Fuck you, Daniel. I'm still playing it. But yeah, I'll get it back to you. To whom it may concern, I, Samantha Greenbrier, am 17 years old and am therefore an independent, fully functioning human being. Apparently not. There has been more recent study that your brain does not stop developing until you're in the early to mid-20s, which I still don't think is a good reason or a good excuse for you to say you can't do something. The fact that you still forbid me from going into the city on my own is frankly absurd compared with Katie, who is only three years older than me, and yet you allowed her to go all the way across an ocean to another continent on her own. I'm 20? I have to relook at the age. I just want to spend an evening in a normal, totally safe city on my own like a human being. And since you may also remember that I have my own car now, you can't really stop me. Warmest regards, your daughter, Samantha. My passport says I was born in 73. And that it is now 1995. 73. Place of birth. Date of birth. 73. That's 7 to 80. 10 more years at 17. 7. Okay, by the time it's 1980s, I'm 7 years old. Which means 1990, I'm 17 years old. Which means by 1995, I'm 23 years old. I am not 20. Wait a minute. How old is this paper? She's in college now, I think. College years, which means she put this up there and then left it up there for years. Is this house abandoned? I'm confused. Nope. Nope. Bratmobile, Kolsch Mule. Kind of weird that that doesn't get louder with the music, but it does sound effects. I think the creative writing track would be perfect for you, Miss. Blah, blah, blah. English creative writing. Oh yeah, Sam should definitely be a writer with how much she does it. She writes pretty good so far. 3 students from each track will be offered a full scholarship for their first year at Reed. Oh, I would so play this. Chun-Li! Chun-Li's pretty good. Scrutinize. Stare. Super Spitfire looks pretty good. And ooh, this is more my speed. I loved RPG games on the Nintendo. It was actually my granddad when I was younger who owned the Super Nintendo. Like he was like, "Hey, you wanna play video games?" And I'm like, "What? You don't play video games?" He's like, "Well, not anymore, but here you go." And he gave me the Super Nintendo and sat me down. And he gave me a bunch of games, one of them being Super Mario and the 7 Stars. And holy shit, that game is amazing. Better not have been reading my secret diary. Oh, never. Yeah, but if you have a Super Nintendo and you have about $300, get that game. It's so expensive. Come on, pick up. There we go. I haven't had that much to drink, Jodie Foster. How many fingers am I holding up? You better not have been reading my secret diary again. Here you go, man. Have some plate. Gross. What's going on here? Hold up. What's this? Oh, the Holy Bible. We don't need to worry about that. Got your number. Are you going to the dance with anyone? The King's Labyrinth, fraying threads. Captain Allegra, still in her flowing skirt and sturdy jerkin, descends the single shining thread into the lower cavern of the labyrinth. She and the first mate on their own now, grew closer to their goal, the throne room of the dead immortal king of the island. The first mate slid down the line into the stone floor. She kept chalky bone dust from the front of her canvas trousers and looked up at Allegra. The silken thread, nigh unbreakable, thanks to the enchanted moths that inhabited the island, trailed behind them, leading their way back to the entrance. From further into the labyrinth, a moaning began to echo. The moaning grew louder and clearer. It turned into words from some ancient language they could not understand. The king's cursed voice. The hair on Captain Allegra's arm stood on end, and she looked back at the first mate, whose eyes remained locked on the blackness of the passage for a moment too long before noticing the captain's gaze. The first mate nodded silently ahead. Following the king's ghostly song deeper and deeper into the labyrinth, they came upon a rocky gap, spilling forth otherworldly blue light. The gray basin of the dead king's throne room lay below, skeletal in rotted robes. The king was hunched over the blue orb, topping his royal scepter. Shadows of his bony fingers danced on the walls like ghouls. As they sang, wailing souls flowed one by one through the cracks in the cave walls, pulled into the orb, causing it to glow brighter and brighter. Behind the king, a long staircase hewn from rock led down into the chamber from passage at the top. Allegra said, We have the advantage in numbers. I'll draw his attention, and then you, but the first mate interrupted. No, I'm smaller and quicker, and you know I'm dealing with mystic energies like these. I will circle to the other side, get the king's attention, and lead him to the marriage chase. She held up the silk line, all traced by this invisible thread, of course. Allegra said, It's a good plan, but perhaps we should go together. The first mate shook her head. You know this is our best chance. Don't be afraid for me. They grasped hands and exchanged 3 tight squeezes, their palms growing warm. The first mate tied the shining thread to the belt of her trousers, gave a quick salute, a wink, and dashed off. Allegra waited, staring vigilantly across the top of the stairs where the first mate was to appear. The king continued his... Wait. No, the singing stopped. The king turned and began walking up the stairs. Allegra wanted to call out, to do anything to stop the first mate from running headfirst into danger. She tried tugging on the line to signal her, but no use. The king was nearly at the top of the stairs when the first mate burst through the passageway. She skidded to a stop, even from across the yawning basin. Allegra could see the first mate's eyes grow wide. She turned and ran, summoning his undead power. The king left the ground, levitating, gliding behind her with distressing speed. From some dank passage, much too far away, Allegra heard the first mate scream, and she was already running towards the sound. The line in Allegra's hand went taut, then shuddered. It fell slack to the stone floor, and as Allegra ran, she was gathering line, twisting it around her arm. She came to its end. The unbreakable thread dangled limply, its end shredded and frayed in her hand. She tossed it to the ground and ran. She should really look into more of that college thing, because if she can get a degree, then people will look twice at her paperwork whenever she tries to turn it in. That's really the only reason I have a degree right now in the 20s. I don't know what it was like in the 90s, but having a degree is great and all, mostly for like, what's the word? Connections. Connections would be great. No. A bathroom. Tampons. Boop. My mom giggles every time I say tampons. Quick fix. Toothpaste. Guess this one's broken. What the fuck? Oh. Okay. Okay. I'm not ready for a 13 Reasons Why scene.
Lonnie brought her hair dye over today. She said, I need to fix these roots. Think you could help? Dyeing hair is weirdly intimate. I don't know if I've touched someone else's scalp before. That's pretty intimate, right? It felt intimate. We looked in the mirror together after, and I expected her to say something about how it looked crappy or good or whatever. But that's when she said, "You're so beautiful." And she was looking at me.
Ooh.
Right in that moment, I wanted to say something, but I waited, and the moment was gone.
My theory's getting closer. But you guys don't need to know about that. Hey Sam, do you want to go see Pulp Fiction after school at the Coliseum? It came out last weekend and Todd won't shut up about it, so either it's good or we can make fun of him for liking it. And my mom's supposed to cook dinner for us? Tonight for a change, but I can just ditch out on it probably. What time? Also, isn't that movie supposed to be like really violent? Am I gonna barf? According to Todd, it's pretty hardcore, I guess. Uma Thurman gets stabbed in the heart with a heroin needle, so that's kind of hilarious. Also, something about cheeseburgers is important. Todd wants to see it again. 7:15 okay? Don't barf. Alright, see you then. Blech. Good drawing. That's not how doors work. I would assume somebody broke in. With how everything is. Somebody broke in and stole a bunch of underwear. Still images of underwear. The Holy Bible. Unknown Dimension Literature. Kaz publisher. If she has a chance to get somebody to publish her writing without going to college, she should take it. Dear Mom, Dad, and Sam, I'm in the channel. What does that mean? Channel. I don't know what that is. England? This is my second passage through the channel. I'm on my way back from London. This time going to Brussels, Belgium. Brussels, Belgium. Sorry I didn't write you on the way to London, but I was too excited about the channel. London was great, Dad. I know you've always wanted to visit, and I think you really should. You'd love it. If you all wanted to come back here as a family sometime, I guess I could be convinced. Love you all. Yeah, somebody came in here and robbed this place. Like, what the hell? Mittens. Love cat. Caitlin, age 5. I love cats. I have a cat. If you ever hear me say, Monkey, what do you want? That's me talking to my cat. Dear Sam. Oh, honey, let me tell you, I understand how you feel. Bob and I have had our down periods. It's become a bit of a way to life, actually. You get used to each other. You live your own lives in the same house. The kids grow up, they go away. I'm sorry this isn't helping, is it? Don't worry. Terry will get over whatever's distracting him. Things will go back to normal. And as for Sam being distant, that's a teenager for you. Nothing to worry about. In the meantime, though, this controlled this controlled burn, that sounds like quite the adventure. But let's cut to the chase. This new... God, I cannot read cursive, guys. I'm so sorry. This new Nanjin they sent, that's what I want to hear about. Ranger. The new Ranger they sent. That's what I want to hear about. Ranger Rick? Hey, Morty. You have to be kidding me. It's too perfect. You have to tell me everything and pictures. I want the whole package. Wait, that sounds wrong. Keep your chin up until Terry is out of his slump. And in the meantime, write more letters to your old friend Carol. She adores them. Love, Carol. Scary. Watercolor techniques. Bradford Gregory. Huh. 3-ring binder. Picture of us all, much, much younger. A bathroom. Oh, 2 bathrooms. No, wait. This is just a sink. After the honeymoon. Our parents having a rough time? That's rough, buddy. Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, All the President's Men. Huh. Silence of the Lambs, Bridge of the Iroquois. I've heard of all those movies, never seen them. Jesus Christ. Horror game? Katie, Mom and Dad were going to make up the guest room for you to stay in over the summer, but you came home on such short notice that they weren't around to do it. You can use my room if you want. I won't be needing it anymore. Sam. Sam, I swear to God, I've already come to love you, and you better not be dead. If you ran away, cool. I get it. Call me. What's going on here? Composition book. Samantha Greenbrier, Ghost Hunter. Sighting journals. August 31, 1994, 1:19 a.m. A tall shadow in the upstairs hall. When I rounded the corner, no one was there. How tall was Uncle Oscar? Note, I was not wearing my glasses. September 3rd, 1994, 12:44 a.m. A faint voice coming from the bottom of the stairs. I said, hello? Did not investigate. Probably the furnace. Mood. September 9th, 1944, 4:11 p.m. Poured milk from carton in fridge. It was spoiled. Pretty sure I read the spirits can sour milk. Milk was just bought yesterday. Milk, fuck you, I'm lactose intolerant. October 9th, 1944, 11:24 p.m. Lonnie says she feels a presence in the TV room. I suddenly begin to feel cold. We could build a protective pillow for it. Cuddle, maybe. October 22nd, 1994, 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. Lonnie and I employ Ouija board as a medium. Disturbing messages are conveyed from the other side. Oscar's definitely here. Brother. Oscar. October 28th, 1994, 10 p.m. October 29th, 4 a.m. Enlisted Lonnie to stay up all night and help patrol premises regarding any signs of otherworldly presence. Lonnie reported many sightings, but all remained unconfirmed. Possible ectoplasm and probably leaky roof. Sample taken just in case. Despite our best efforts, we both fell asleep around 4 a.m. All in all, successful night. Our sister is playing Phasmophobia. Katie, Kitty, Kitty. I think Sam's pretty cool. Ooh. Art room. Too dark to see. Ba 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 da, ba ba da da. Brightness level, brightness level. I cheated. It's flowers. Back to spooky atmosphere. Performance evaluation, Richard Pottermark to Supervisor Janice Greenbrier. 555555555. Ranger Pottermark has been indispensable during the course of the prescribed burn preparation and execution. I believe his expertise and dedication has been the deciding factor in the success of a very complex and challenging conservation effort. In the opinion of Flintlock Forest staff, Rick's contribution to daily operations have become essential to the outfit's continuing success. To this end, I will be formally submitting paperwork requesting his permanent reassignment to this facility. Good job, Ranger Rick. Get that bread. Halloween show.
Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad's situation. But it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome. And everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Between two songs, Lonnie leaned over and said, "How do you like your first show?" I was so happy. I felt tears starting in my eyes. And then she up and hugged me. I think she could tell.
Tell what? That you love her. No shame. It may be 1995, but who the fuck cares? We're in a video game world. What in the world? Ooh la la. Healthy choices. Map. What's going on here? Lonnie, holy crap. I was in the library and I noticed something in the corner and I found a secret passageway and it had Oscar's creepy old stuff in it. Oh my god, I've got to see this. We're skipping 6. Bathroom, closet. The closet has a secret entrance. Oh, let's finish this room. Come on, boy. What? Don't worry about it. Captain Allegra and her first mate. Looks pretty good. Come on, everybody. We're go. How long has this house been empty? Sam's dark room. Do not enter if red lights are on. I get a key later. To the attic. Boom, boom. We go in the mom and dad's room. The closet. In my first apartment outside of living from my mom's, I moved in with my friend and his girlfriend, and we ended up having this like room that used to be the crematorium portion of a hospital, because the whole hospital, very small, like 1800s hospital, was refurbished into a hotel or apartment complex, and we got into the very, very bottom where they used to crematorium people, and we were able to go into like the stony, spooky area and leave the actual place. So we had a second way out of our house, our apartment. It was wild. That's a little tidbit about me. Ghost Hunters, Sam and Lonnie's secret house investigation log. Hidden compartment found 3. So there's 3 hidden compartments in this house: the library, the upstairs hall, the foyer. Evidence of the supernatural discovered 0. Gotta look for these hidden compartments all around the house. First one in the library. Would it be... Ooh, get out of here. Misfits, Saturday, October 29th.
At Todd's brother's place after the show, there was only a futon to sleep on, so Lonnie and I shared it. The lights went out. I was turned toward her. My eyes started to adjust, and then I could see she was looking at me, too. In the dark, she smiled. My heart was beating so fast. I rolled over. I felt so, I don't know, nervous. After a minute, she put her arm around me and was so close and whispered in my ear, "I really like you." I just nodded my head, and I really hope she could tell. I really hope that she meant what I think she did. I felt like a shook-up can of soda ever since. I hope we have the chance to talk before I explode.
This game is hella cute. Yeah. 50-1. Right 3 times. Stop. Half a Sam's locker code added to the backpack. 50-1. It's too many other numbers to try it out. Heaven at the edge of the world. Private. Do not read. The Green Glacier Part 2. Ooh. Nope, we got it. 9th grade on the 1992, which means right now she's a senior, so she's either still 17, like we saw on the paper above, which doesn't make sense because she said I'm 3 years older than her, and I'm not 3 years older than her, but it's fine. I'm not gonna judge the writers of the game. I'm judging. Allegra and her scouting party peered down warily through the dense canopy of rustling leaves from their perch high in the forest's branches. Mere feet away, sunlight shone brightly off the inner ice walls of the glacial basin in which the forest grew. It was a strange sight indeed, such lushness juxtaposed with the frigid ice formations. Allegra leapt towards without hesitation, bounding through the high branches. The first mate had been captured by the Green Glacier's Amazonian tribe. Lucky, lucky, lucky. His life hung in the balance. The first mate changes between he and she, which is fine. We have to hurry, Allegra party followed behind, moving quietly as a breeze through the greenery. Allegra landed in the clearing and shouted, "Stop!" She saw the Queen Amazonian up on her pedestal, reaching for the lever that would drop her first mate into the vat below. She shouted, "No!" and flung her saber at the Amazon's reaching hand, but it was too late. The first mate screamed as he fell toward the water, then splashed down, and all was eerily silent. Allegra looked on, frozen in fear and remorse. She had been a moment too late. But then from the vat, something began to emerge. A head of dark brown hair, like the first mate's, from the shoulders and the sleeves of his coat, soaking wet. But as the figure stood and the water poured down, Allegra saw the first mate had changed. He was no longer a man at all. In fact, what looked back at her were the eyes, the face, the hair, the hands, and the body of a woman. Still in the first mate's clothes. Still the first mate. She spoke in the soft, clear voice. Captain? The Amazonian queen said, she's one of us now, and she is ours. Allegra drew her magical flintlock pistols from her belt, and her crew readied their swords. Allegra glared at the queen's eyes and said, that's the love of my life, and you can't have her. I take back from what I said earlier. When I said it doesn't matter, it does. It's the plot. And I am a sucker for plot. What do you want, Mom? Good girl. Yeah, just beep. Should be right there. The Ouija board. The absent pickle. No pickles is it? Get out here. To open, I have it. Hello? Hello. Who are you? Oscar. What do you want? To come back. Anyways. In 051. Thank God. Sam! Do not smoke. I don't care how rebellious you are. That's just bad for you. Go. Sam? Naughty, naughty. Lonnie. That's the girl from the military picture.
Lonnie came over today. Everything was different. She was sitting at my desk chair, and she wouldn't look at me. Finally, I asked her what was going on. She said she felt like she'd done something wrong that night in the city. Like I must think... But I said no. There was nothing wrong. I just wanted to say... But I couldn't find the words. I felt like I was gonna cry, but I wasn't sad. She got up and sat next to me on the bed. I looked at her. Lonnie, do you think you could ever... And that's when she kissed me.
Let's go! We're here for good love stories. Give me that basement key. Let's go find out what happened to the relationship. Where's the basement? Downstairs? That's weird. Why would it be down there? Where am I? I'm a sucker for romance shows. There was nothing wrong. Added to the backpack. Yeah, I love romance shows, comics. I read a lot of webtoons. I'm into it. When I was younger, not so much. I was more of the Dragon Ball Z type of kid, but I'm into it now. Cause I can respect the romance. That's not. I'll get into you soon. Hiko in Mexico. One of my trophies. Track and field, 90s. This is unacceptable. I'm good at track and field. Why am I so slow? Why there's no run button? There's nobody here to yell at me. Who's gonna tell me not to run in the house? This house has been abandoned for years. And now, after I've been through it, it definitely looks like it's been robbed. I should be a detective. Ooh. Spooky. Gotta clean that. And those. God, nobody's been here forever. Seriously, guys. It can't be an oversight. They put in the webbing. Get out of here. Dear Samantha, I would like to cordially thank you for having me to your abode for the Thanksgiving holiday with your lovely family. I enjoy the flavorful potatoes, and also it was weird being around your parents for that long, but it was pretty funny how impossible it is for your dad not to be awkward for more than 30 seconds at a time. Very cordially yours, your close friend and confidant, Lonnie D. A fancy man. Quite. The fanciest of lads. It's so dark down here. What this? Science? Caitlin Greenbrier. That's me? Oh man, one of my own sex ed assignments. Ooh, this is what I wrote. Yeah, my sister's way better at me. K is for kind. A is for amazing. I is for intelligent. T is for talented. L is for lighthearted. I is for important. N is for nice. Caitlin! Put all my stuff down here. It's like, come on, guys. Put some of my stuff on display. Like, I don't want to be forgotten. January 24th, 1995, Samantha Greenbrier. Address. Dear Samantha, congratulations! I'm pleased to inform you that your admission to the creative writing track of the Reed College Summer Program for Young Scholars for the 1995 session. Let's go! Go on, Salmon. We believe you have contributed to the Reed College community. Based on your portfolio and academic record, I am also pleased to offer you a financial aid to cover 75% of the summer's program for tuition fee. That's pretty good. The attachment documentation delineates your scheduled, optional, secondary track choices, and your dormitory assignment. Please remember to submit the attached form if you wish to be eligible for one of the 3 Reed full-time undergraduate scholarships to be awarded for exemplary students at the end of the summer program. What's an undergrad?
I'm so stupid sometimes. I was telling Lonnie that I got into my college summer program thing, and I was all making plans like, you should come visit me, stay in my dorm room. But she said, Sam, I ship out on June 6th. I was like, ship out? To where? She said, to basic training. What did you think I was doing all that ROTC stuff for? I guess she's been planning to join the army right after high school since she was like 12. And I guess she's really going to do it. So I was like, after graduation, I'm just never going to see you again? She said, let's just have fun while we can.
Oh yeah, totally. You join the army and you never go back to America ever. Stay in touch. Send letters. People have been sending letters to people in the army forever. You don't have to give up. Can you tell I'm invested? One of my dad's book with something stuck to it. Accident, you'll save your R. Dear Terrence, thank you for sending along a copy of your newly published book. An author An author's first published manuscript is a momentous occasion. I read it this afternoon, and I certainly recognize my son in the subject matter. An author's work is the externalization of that which he holds dear and that which he fears. And in the respect I believe your work was successful. But the lens through which the personal shone was needlessly clouded by genre cliché and implausible dime store science fictional deus ex machina. The great author speaks of their life milieu in clear and honest tones and lens crystals that refract their thoughts without distortion. I congratulate you on surviving the great ordeal that is publication, and rest assured that readers of your chosen genre will lap up copies hungrily. But I urge you to shed artifice. You can do better. With a father's love and encouragement, Richard Greenbrier, PhD. First of all, Richard, you're a dickhead. Go fuck yourself. That's all I have to say about that. Girl Scout, the band formerly known as Cub Scout, setlist, role model, authority, main squeeze, telling stories, instruction, first mate, self, Girl Scout, denial.
Todd's band lost their singer. Todd said he sucked. Lonnie said he got sick of Todd's shit, and he was complaining about needing a new singer. So Lonnie was like, I can sing. And they were all kind of like, you can? And she was like, probably. But she's been rehearsing with them for like a week now. And I finally got to see them play in Todd's basement today. And she's actually really amazing. I feel so proud when she's on stage. It's incredible being in awe of someone you love. So everybody knows it's like a temporary situation till she ships out in June. But till then, I'm gonna be at every single show.
This game is so fucking adorable. 1, 2, 3. Didn't work. This house is huge. Hold up. The foyer. Why is the dining room and kitchen? They have a greenhouse? These people are rich. That's right, Richard. Go fuck yourself. Our book, my daddy's book, made money. What's that say? Arden Blues Month. Order this month. 2 something brandy. Governor remains very. God, this is 1923. Governor remains very pleased with enforcement in Boone County. Believe this announcement shall hold to some time. WR Man 23. That was a lot of, I don't know. What's this? Yolanda De Soto, Miss Samantha Greenbrier. Dear Sam, I'm so happy you liked the drawing. I was thinking of us when I drew it, and I knew you'd be about to tell. You'd love Mexico, I think. Probably the nature here is totally different from back home. I keep thinking about Allegra and the first mate lost on a mysterious island where even the plants are out to get them. And then I think of them together out there in the wild wilderness together, and I start thinking of you again. And I lie here in bed and I almost feel you. Been trying to save it up for when we're together again, and I haven't done a good job, okay? But I tried. Okay, enough about that. Your last letter got to me the day before, and we start driving back north. We'll be raising this letter home. If I get home first, we can read it together. Let's go! And yes, I'm taking tons of photos. We'll have to spend. Why, that's scary. I've been playing way too many scary games. We'll have to spend so much time in the dark room. Wink. Lonnie. She didn't say wink. I said wink. The X-ray specs. I'm so invested in this relationship. What's this? Upstairs. Ooh. Secret tunnel. Costumes, skeletons and devils. Cheerleaders from the Smells Like Teen Spirit video. One girl dressed in Jackie Kennedy. Wild. The Psycho House Girl. The coolest stuff about being the Psycho House Girl? Cool thing number one. Everybody in the hall thinks you don't know they're looking at you and whispering as you walk past because I guess they haven't heard of Peripheral. That's a lie too, Mom and Dad situation. But it was so worth it. The girl on stage were just so loud and real and awesome, and everybody was moving together like one huge tight sound. Oh, is this her hangout spot? This might be her hangout spot. What's this? What's this? What's going on in here? Women Outlaw. This'll show you who run this round this joint. She's tougher than a wild Mustang. No female's gonna tell. Ah! She kicked me in the face. Captain Allegra. Revolution girl. Kicking against the patriarch. Pretty good. What are these? Fight back, fight back, fight back. Did she write a comic? Super cool. Samantha Greenbrier. Dear Miss Greenbrier, I appreciate the time and effort you put into writing your letter. It shows initiative and well written. Was well written, and it does not change my mind on the matter. While I understand that Miss DeSoto is a friend of yours, the fact of the matter is that she defaced school property with profanity. The fact that she allegedly defaced her own locker in retaliation for another student doing the same to yours is immaterial. Fuck you, school. As to your complaint that no other student has been punished for their part in the incident, the fact is that no guilty party has come forward, and there has been no convincing evidence to do who might have defaced your locker. In other words, there's no one to punish. I would suggest letting the issue drop, as it will only bring unwanted attention on yourself, which I believe is what you claim began the whole incident in the first place. I will burn this world to the ground before I let people get away with shenanigans.
I don't get Lonnie sometimes.
Still no pizza.
Like, her band, and our zine, and her hair, and everything are all anti-authority. But I watch her in JROTC, and she's doing drills in perfect formation, following orders, no question. And there's all this stuff in the news about don't ask, don't tell. Like, she's going to join the army and then have to lie about who she is. She said they don't need to know what they don't need to know. Like it was no big deal. This from the girl who trashed her locker to, like, defend my honor. I've learned when to stop arguing, though. I don't think Lonnie even gets Lonnie sometimes.
I don't really know. I don't have a good opinion for it. If you really want to be in the army, and now that whole what was it called? Don't ask, don't tell thing was ridiculous. But they were literally kicking out people who wanted to be in the army their whole life because of just like a weak moment in our government, which we have a lot of those. But it was still a weaker moment, which was ridiculous. And my personal opinion on, like, if people don't like who you are, just fuck them. Don't talk about yourself because they don't need to talk about you anyways. But I'm also like, I don't really talk much. Secret entrance. I don't really talk about myself much unless I get bored. Guardian angels up above. Bless his house with lots of love. Yeah, I'm not one for talking about myself unless I'm like, anyways, here's a story time, which does happen often, but you're usually my friend. And I am usually telling a wild ass story. Jesus Christ. Who built this house? Who built this city on rock and roll? Yeah, seriously, who built this house? I want to hire them. I would love just like stuff. Stud, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Civic Auditorium, $25. Jesus. Hey Lonnie, sorry my mom was such a bitch last night. She's hardly ever around since her forest is like an hour away, and then when she is home, she takes it out on you, like because you're not a member of the family. She knows you won't call her on it. I'm sorry. It's okay. I know she's just jealous of our cool and freewheeling lifestyle, and I feel sorry for you. I'm lucky my mom lives in Florida. You have to have a mom every day. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up the mom thing like that. I know Z shouldn't complain. I know I shouldn't complain. No, I'm being serious. My mom is a psycho Christian, and her new husband, Don, is a complete tool. Living in Florida with him is her eternal punishment in my mind. So you wouldn't rather live with your mom in Florida? No. Bruce Pendleton. Due to the exemplary management of the Flintlock prescribed burn operation last night, the service needs for experienced personnel to direct regional operations, we would like to offer you the position of Regional Conservation Management Director. That's too long of a title. The Pickamada, responsible for operations throughout Northern Oregon. Your assistance would be thought to fill your previous position on site, the Flintlock National Forest. Your new posting would be at the Regional Management Building, located at an address which should be more convenient for your daily commute. Please respond as soon as possible regarding your decision. We are very much looking forward to your reply. Bruce Pendleton. Still, very unfortunate name. Our parents definitely suck, that's for sure. There's no way they don't. Dad's okay. Sam, this skull was the coolest thing I found in Mexico, and it was like $3 American. I love it. Merry Xmas, miss you. Treasure it always. I know where the skull is. What's this? Hi, Jan. I got 2 tickets for the EWF on Thursday, but my girlfriend says she doesn't want to go. So their taste in music rears its ugly head again. So that leaves me with an extra ticket that I thought you might be interested in. More the fun clearing brush in the freezing rain, right? Rick. Did my mom cheat on my dad with Rick? Am I making very quick assumptions? Yes. Nice. Another postcard. Hi, Mom, Dad, and Sam. The vacation's weird. As you can see, the Catholic Church still has a lot of money left over from the Middle Ages. I've gotten to see all the art, including the Sistine Chapel ceiling and the sculptures by Michelangelo, Donatello, and the rest of the Ninja Turtles. Mom, we'll have to come back together. I would love to be here with someone who really appreciates the history behind everything. Also, Sam, they have various relics, as in pieces of important dead people, so you should probably come too. Next stop, Barcelona. Calm down, Dad. I won't get gored by a bull. Probably. Love, Katie. No butts in heaven. Ding dong, the witch is dead. First off, congratulations, Janice Greenbrier, Regional Director. And I say congratulations because, come on, you're going to take the job, right? What are you waiting for? An engraved invitation? Call them back. But in the meantime, let's discuss this little outing you had with your favorite flannel-clad hunk. She is what she's getting. What a blast! But you sound like you're reading a lot into an innocent night out. You're sure there's something there? Janice, you shock. You said he has an out-of-town girlfriend? You sure they're not serious? Okay, so we have to figure out when we'll see each other in person. Even with the letters. I owe you the congratulations. Okay, Janice, are you divorced? Are you in the middle of divorce? Are you unhappy with a relationship? You can be unhappy with a relationship. Just leave it, though. Don't cheat. Just leave it. It's not that easy. It is. Accidental warrior. Don't give up on this, honey. That's the energy we need to put into this relationship. That's a loud ass fridge. Gross. Sam's scheduled working at Crown Burger on Bethel Road. Saturday, 12 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday. It's not too bad. I'd prefer to have 2 days off in a row, but I'll take it. Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan Blair request the honor of your presence at the marriage of their daughter, Helen Margaret, to Mr. Richard Morris Pattermark. Samantha and Daniel were in the woods one day. It was sunny, and they were on an adventure. But they went to the bad part of the woods, and it got dark. Rainy said, "Are you scared?" So Samantha said, "No. Are you?" "Hey, let's eat more into the bad part." Then they went to the bar where... Who wrote this? On the ash, Samantha stood still. "I'll be the captain, and you'll be the first mate," Daniel said. "I'm captain, and I went on the pirate ship and studied sailing away."
Daniel finally came over to get his game. I'd been dreading it. But he brought this story with him that I wrote when we were little. I started reading it, and then there I was, crying at the kitchen table. He asked what was wrong, and I was thinking about how we used to be friends, how much I'd taken for granted. But instead, I told him about school, and Dad, and Lonnie, and then how sorry I was that I wasn't his friend anymore. He gave me a hug and said it was going to be okay. For some reason, I almost believed him.
The power went out at some point. Who's this Daniel guy? An old friend. Bruce Pendleton, head of personnel, State Forestry Service. Dear original Kevadaker. Having received your formal acceptance letter, I write to congratulate you on your new positions as the Ricada of the State Forestry. We wish you luck in the final weeks at Flintlock National Forest, and very much look forward to welcoming you new desk at State Forestry Office at 8 a.m. on May 1st. Bruce Pendleton. Anniversary trip. What's today? June 6th. They're on an anniversary trip. Jesus Christ. Katie comes home. They're not broken up. Rick got married. Guys, there's so much happening on this journal. What's it called? Calendar. Okay, it's not cheating. She didn't cheat. He just brought her to the ship. But she felt something. That's not good. And now he's married. They're on an anniversary trip. Sam has to go to the dentist. Oh no. Forest Loop. Chuck. Good luck, Chuck. Something about elementary forest fires. lore. Salad dressing. Is it open? Doesn't look open. Good. If it's open, put it in the fridge. What's going on over here? March 28th, 1995. Unknown Dimension Literature. Dear Mr. Greenbrier. Boy, our dad got asked to talk. The Illuminati's after him. First, let me say that I hope this missive finds you well. What's a missive? Hell, it feels like a goddamn miracle that it finds you at all. Do you know how long we've been trying to track you down? Worry not, we aren't the feds. The Men in Black or any other sorts of creeping fascist hobgoblins. In fact, we're on your side. Let me start from the beginning. Unknown Dimensions is what you might call... I was joking, this is real? What you might call a specialist publishing house. We traffic in the weird, the ahead of its time, the lost but not forgotten by a small but dedicated group of plugged-in bibliographic type that's way too long. Out there, mass marketing shunning visionary expression that refuses to be taken on anything but its own terms. We've had an unparalleled ruin since the inception 4 years ago, unearthing and reviving Christ, or zombie alike. Timeless works such as N.N. Busman's Message of the Snake Men, It's Inside Me by Jens Keller, and Emil Krieger's Off the Band and Venusian Flesh Traders. But ever since we discovered tattered copies of your Accidental series at a church rummage sales in Long Branch, New Jersey, we've been trying to track down the author of this weird and dark American outsider art. It's just the kind of forgotten portal into 20th century civilization anxieties and delusions that our readers lose their minds over. James Bond and Harrison Ford might be the dick-swinging heroes of modern suburban era America. One of these is a real person. One of these is a book and a movie. America wants, but John Russell, mild-mannered insurance agent by day, reckless history-revising sociopath by night, is the twisted peacekeeper that it deserves. It is our mission to bring him back to life. Okay, so I've typed plenty. What do we want from you? We want your permission to reprint the work since your original publisher, Mercury Books, folded a decade ago. We want you to supply a new forward for the books to appear in brand new editions of The Accidental Savior and The Accidental Pariah, to be produced by Unknown Dimensions as a limited run and marketed directly to our highly discerning customer base. And we want to offer you a portion of the proceeds, contract to follow, assuming you're interested in coming along with us on the Word Odyssey. We look forward to embark with you and to thrusting your work screaming back into the sweating palms of an unsuspecting American public. It's about time. Blast off. Mandish Kajin. Kaczynski. Publisher, Unknown Dimension. Okay. It's a publishing site. Not the Illuminati. Could be both. A message from our future saved the president once, but within 24 hours, there'll be another attempt. It sounds like a good book. Our grandpa's a dick. Sam, your mother and I will be away for a long weekend celebrating our anniversary, June 3rd through 6th. We'll be camping in the gorge, but we will give you a call on the way home. Sorry, the kitchen is still M10, mid renovation. God, nobody in this family can write, and I can't read, so not a good mix. Never trust a contractor. $40 is on the table, and order pizza while you're gone. Be good, Dad. $40? You're gone for like 5 days. 4 days, but I mean, they're gone. They leave they leave the 3rd. They show back up on the 7th, or do they show back up on the 8th? I don't know. Doesn't matter. If they leave early in the 3rd and they show up late on the 7th, it might as well be 5 days. And $40? How much was a pizza in the 90s? Probably way cheaper than it is now. It's like $10 for a Pizza Hut large. Where do we go now? Yep, kitchen looks like it's still in repairs, which I did not realize. Pizza? Nope. So far, she's gotten at least 3 pizzas. I've seen 3 boxes. Ooh. Oh, we went through with it. The washroom, the bathroom, the laundry room, the closet. 106. No, but don't read about food on the toilet. A lot of flower paintings around here. Such a clash of a different color. Almost made me feel like I was in a different game, like just for a second. Ooh. This would be a great place to do some writing. Dear Kaz, I can't tell you what a joy it is to see John Russell back in print. Thank you very much for sending along copies of the new editions. Cover art is really something. I know you've said the Unknown Dimension isn't in the business of printing new material, but this revived interest on my work has brought on a wave of inspiration, resulting in a manuscript that completes John Russell's journey, which I think you may find intriguing. It's reflective and introspective without forgetting the excitement and weirdness that Unknown Dimension readers expect. I hope this might be an exciting new direction for Unknown Dimension to pursue. At the very least, I'm grateful that John Russell's adventures didn't come to an end quite when I thought they had. My thanks and regards, Terrence L. Greenbrier. I'm glad our dad was able to get his story back up and going. Because depending on how you see your own parent, being told that your story wasn't good by your own dad would have sucked. Which is why our grandpa is a dick. A lot of notes. Cover copy. It's been almost 20 years since John Russell heard the call. Twice he saved the president's life. He practically forgotten the day of the future of danger and excitement. The day where he mattered. So when the familiar rip in time opens in front of him and his handler peered out, he doesn't hesitate. Is the president in danger? No. The life you'll save this time will be your own. Nothing like a time travel book. Ooh, what's these? The Foyer. Midnight, June 5. Final preparations are complete. Where will... Ah! What's that mean? Get out of the gutter!
We agreed our last night together would be our happiest ever, and we'd forget tomorrow was going to come at all. It worked for a while. We had a good time seeing Oscar off, then ran up to the attic to look through our photos, to find one for Lonnie to take with her. And looking at them, I realized they were all in the past, and there wouldn't be any more. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And I cried, and she held me. She said she knew it was hard, but life would move on. I said I didn't want my life to keep moving without her. That's when she cried too. I was so exhausted. I must have fallen asleep like that, in her arms. In the morning, I woke up, and I was finally alone.
Let's go see what happened. Possession and exorcism. She's been in love with Oscar this whole time. Oscar. have an idea.
The sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up. Maybe I'll go up to the attic and wait.
If I find her body up there, I'm gonna be pissed. Very unlikely, though. This is not that type of game. However, I have an idea. Oh, I don't have the thing. Never mind. Up, go. Mistletoe. Sam, I'll always remember what we had. Stay strong, kick ass. I love you, Lonnie.
Oh my God. Katie, I fell asleep in the attic, in Lonnie and my old spot, and I missed the first 2 calls. I just barely caught the third one before the machine got it. And it was Lonnie, on a payphone. She'd been on the bus to Basic, and she said she couldn't think of anything but me and us, and that she couldn't go through with it, with the army and being apart and all of it. And so she got off the bus in Salem. She said, "Sam, I want you to pack up everything you can and get in your car and come find me. And let's just drive until we find somewhere for us." And she asked me if I could do that. And I said yes. Yes.
This is what we love to hear. Let's fucking go. I'm so invested in this relationship. Letters to Katie.
Katie, I'm so sorry that I can't be there to see you in person, that I can't tell you all this myself. But I hope as you read this journal and you think back, that you'll understand why I had to do what I did. And that you won't be sad, and you won't hate me, and you'll just know that I am where I need to be. I love you so much, Katie. I'll see you again, someday. Love, Sam.
That was the game. How did you guys like it? I really liked it. I've been playing a lot of scary games lately, so this feel-good game is really nice. Yeah, my theory that I had along at the beginning of the video that I didn't want to say, I'm glad I didn't say it because that's kind of what I was going for. But I thought it was going to be a little more sad ending, but I'm very glad that it was a happy ending. I would like to think that their relationship will work out, though they're 17 years old and kids are stupid, guys. But they're 17, which means even if it doesn't work out, she can still go to the army. Sam can still go home. Everything can be okay. and then they can live their lives. So this is probably for the best, honestly. Their best option, where go out, do what you feel is right, and if it doesn't work, just keep on keeping on. I hope that you all enjoyed this type of video, and if you do, hit like and tell me what your favorite part of the video was in the comments section, and hit subscribe if you really like my long videos or short videos, because I do both. And I will see you all next time. Thank you for joining me on this game.